When I got the call about the oral history, it was really interesting. They had read every speech I ever gave. They knew the whole history. I was stunned at this, but I was just honored to be asked to be interviewed. I happened to be president of the American Medical Association. At the time, the Affordable Care Act was being debated in Congress, and it was a very tense debate. The House of Delegates of the AMA did vote to support it, and that was really critical because, frankly, as I was told many times on Capitol Hill, had the AMA not backed it, it would not have passed. We decided to do a multi-year campaign that we called Voice for the Uninsured. The media folks at the AMA called me. They said, "Do you have any patients who are uninsured?" I said, "Sure," but I was uninsured. I delivered 2 babies when I was uninsured, and that became the cause of my life, to make sure that all Americans got health insurance. At the time this was all being debated, we had 19% of our population that did not have health insurance. It really was a national scandal. People who don't have health insurance delay care, sometimes until it's too late, or delay it to the point where things could have been done to prevent complications. The Affordable Care Act cut the uninsured rate from 19% to 9%. But the point is, it definitely cut it in half. I worked at UB throughout my time at the AMA. I got a call from the White House. They really needed me to come to bring the physician voice. And that was when all of the rules, regulations, policies, we wrote the rules for all of that. So it was just an extraordinarily exciting time. And I often said things they didn't want to hear. And sometimes they listened and made changes. Anybody who's worked in Washington will tell you it's seductive. But I love UB and the medical school, and I always intended to come back. I owe my career to UB. I always wanted to be a physician. I didn't have money. I was 29 when I started medical school, and my 5th child was 2 months old. So UB gave me a chance. It was so satisfying to me to have realized that just by accident of history, having been uninsured, with this the cause of my life, to be in that position, you can't plan for that. It was just a remarkable gift.